What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure I smash that like button, subscribe to my channel only if you want to. But look, my beautiful people, we got this trail cam captures what no one was supposed to see. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, us nosy people, we always want to see some stuff that we not supposed to see. So man, this video right here is gonna be a good one, man. Let's go ahead and run this thing up, man. Consider subscribing to my channel, you know what I'm saying, if you like this type of content, and let's just get it.
15 of the weirdest things ever caught on trail cams. Number 15. Bear vs. bike. When you take your bike into the mountains, the terrain is not the only thing you have to worry about. You're in bear country now. This terrifying encounter was filmed from a chairlift at Whitefish in Montana. The stress-inducing footage captured a black bear chasing after a mountain biker as he pedals furiously downhill to escape. And although a ride like this is a challenge to a mountain biker, as you can see, the bear handles it with no problem. The bike rider had been enjoying the beautiful mountain trails of the Rockies when the animal suddenly hurtled across the low bushes towards him. As he takes a bend in the trail, the bear takes a shortcut across the rough scrub and gains ground. It's on. This is a quick reminder that Montana is not Disneyland. However, the cyclist did make it to safety after the video ended with the bear in mid-chase. Montana is home to the largest collection of bears in the United States, but fatal attacks are rare in the region. Over the last 20 years, there have been 2 other incidents. Bears that attack people usually result from a surprise encounter, or if the bear was defending its young. Maybe this biker gave this bear a scare, and there are some cubs nearby that—
Man, ain't no biker get that bear no scare. You don't get scared and chase people. Absolutely not, bro. I didn't even know people lived in Montana, to be real with you. Like, people actually live there on purpose?
the animal is trying to protect. Now, let's get ready for today's open discussion. Every generation creates its own monsters. Folk tales tell of witches in the woods. A generation feared Jaws in big bodies of water and Bloody Mary in the mirror. But what about Slender Man? Is that what this trail cam captured in the middle of the night? Slender Man is an urban legend involving a tall, skinny, human-like figure. He appears in places we rarely frequent: abandoned, crumbling buildings, deep woods, a playground. He can appear anywhere, really. He's a suburban ghoul with his own history and his own methodology. And as of late, he's become the object of controversy due to an attack in Wisconsin during which 2 girls stabbed someone in order to appease Slender Man's dark needs. That's the rumor anyway. They make movies about this mysterious being as well. What do you think? And what would you do if you came across this in the dark of night? Comment below using the hashtag open discussion.
First, I'll give him some clothes, because your skinny ass out here butt naked, bro. Like, I just try to help him out a little bit.
You want to know a little secret? If you smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, you'll have superpowers for the rest of your life. So what are you waiting for? Time to fly. Number 14. Curious lions. This has to be one of the most terrifying camping videos ever.
Oh, man.
It makes you wonder why tents would be considered adequate accommodations in lion country. There's nothing but a little fabric between you and the king of the wild cats. These unhappy campers are surrounded by lions trying to enter their tents to eat them. Not a very pleasant situation, to say the least. So, will a lion typically attack a tent? According to experts, whenever you're camping in an area with lion, a tent is always the best form of shelter. Even though a tarp or hammock could be a lightweight option, a tent provides more protection and is more of a deterrent to animal attacks. Lions will not attack a tent unless there's something seriously wrong, such as injury, disease, or starvation. Curious wildcats are par for course when you're in the region, so know before you go. Anytime you're camping in a tent, you should take protective measures to ensure that there's nothing at your campsite or in the tent that can attract wildlife. This means you should never store food or anything with a strong scent inside the tent. Curious big cats like this would have no problem tearing it to shreds.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Imagine landing that damn tent. It's like, oh, it's okay if we just have this tent, bro. You land in a tent, bro, at night, and a damn lion is sitting there, bro, looking at you. That gotta be the worst feeling in your life. The worst thing that you can absolutely feel. It's like imminently, you know that it's a possibility he gonna eat me.
Number 13. Ghost Girl. It's the talk of hundreds of people in Cambridge in New York State. Check out this mysterious ghost picture of a little girl deep in the woods caught on camera. Needless to say, the photo of this so-called ghost girl captured on a trail cam has spooked everyone in the region, and it certainly has gotten people talking. The new landowners in Cambridge, New York State had set up the camera in the woods as they were hoping to go hunting, but wanted to check if the area was a popular route for locals first. And they were shocked to discover a grainy picture of what appeared to be a little girl playing in the woods. Local legend states that a little girl, around the same age as the one featured in this photograph, was killed playing on the train tracks that once ran through the area. The president of a local paranormal research said they had experienced a lot of paranormal activity. And what's even crazier is that a ski resort owner has since come forward to say he recognized the picture as his granddaughter. Several factors make the mix of trains and humans very dangerous. Commuter trains travel through densely populated areas at speeds as high as 80 miles an hour. Hopefully the ghost pic is a trick because it looks all too real. Number 12. Bigfoot. Birch Bay is a protected bay of the east shore of the Salish Sea, approximately 100 miles north of Seattle and 35 miles south of Vancouver. And rumor has it that Bigfoot lives here. Is this video the proof that we need? By far the most common evidence presented for the existence of Bigfoot is eyewitness reports. There have been more than 10,000 eyewitness accounts of the creature in the continental United States over the last 50 years. Yet the so-called missing link has managed to stay missing for over a century, evading cryptozoologists and amateur photographers, even into the age of smartphones. But in this footage, it's pretty convincing that whatever walks past this trail cam might not be a human in an animal costume. In most accounts, Bigfoot is usually described as being about 8 to 10 feet tall and covered in hair. And if that's true, then maybe this is it. Folklorists trace the phenomenon of Bigfoot to a combination of factors and sources in the cultures of indigenous people, the European wild man figure, and folk belief among remote communities. However, the majority of mainstream scientists have historically discounted the existence of Bigfoot, considering it to be the result of a combination of folklore and hoax. But whatever this thing is, one thing's clear, it's big and it's hairy. Number 11.
I mean, that's what she said. But at the end of the day, have y'all even seen any real compelling evidence? I think that original video Bigfoot, I think it was. I think they came up with that video like a long time ago, before all the manipulation to footage and stuff like that. I think that's one of the best videos, but I haven't seen anything. All these new Bigfoot chasers, Yeti chasers, I think they all cap. For real.
Deer shows who's boss. What an extraordinary sight caught on camera. Two deer up on their hind legs battling it out. The unusual battle royale was captured on a trail cam by wildlife officers in Tennessee. The deer, identified as white-tailed bucks, can be seen engaged in a rather vicious fight, hitting at each other with their front hooves. You don't need a huge rack of antlers to show the world who's boss. Although most often thought of as forest animals depending on relatively small openings and edges, white-tailed deer can equally adapt themselves to life in more open prairie savanna woodlands. These deer have relatively large antlers in proportion to their body size and large tails. Antlers begin to grow in late spring, covered with a highly vascularized tissue known as velvet. Growing antlers are sensitive, and bucks are very protective of them during this time, choosing instead to spar with their hooves. And some deer just have an attitude, antlers are not. Sometimes these animals will get up on their hind legs and try to intimidate the other deer. Their tempers really all boil down to hormone changes and the occasional battle over food. But no harm done, these deers walked away uninjured.
The battle
Number
over
10.
food. Don't y'all eat grass? Like, it's a whole bunch of grass out here, people.
Strange lights. It's almost impossible to make out what these lights could be. Doubters online suggest that it's just an insect hovering in front of the trail cam. Others, however, think it could be something else, something conspiracy theorists and believers love to talk about: aliens. Do you think this is evidence that we're being visited right now, and that aliens could be among us, hiding in plain sight? Maybe not, but what about flying saucers or strange craft flying above us? Recently, a highly anticipated U.S. government report of UFOs was released. The unclassified report was demanded by Congress after numerous reports from the U.S. military of vehicles seen moving erratically in the sky. Possible explanations include common aerial objects like birds and drones. It could be atmospheric phenomena such as ice crystals. It might also be new developments by the U.S. government or private entities and technologies deployed by foreign adversaries. But with little conclusive evidence to confirm or deny we've had intergalactic visitations, it remains to be seen whether our earthling minds can fathom the possibility. However, we're in a cultural shift where military and political leaders are going from extraterrestrial skeptics to ET curious indeed. Number 9. Alien Hitchhiker. You definitely don't want to come across this on a nice evening motorbike ride with your buddies. Then again, better that than on your own. This chilling footage of the so-called alien hitchhiker has gone very viral. The video emerged after a group of motorcyclists filmed a mysterious figure walking down a poorly lit road in India. It shows the figure emerge from the dark, illuminated by the front lights of the group's motorcycles. At first glance, UFO enthusiasts have claimed the tall and slender figure appears to resemble a character straight out of a sci-fi movie. And no wonder these bikers seem to approach the figure with some degree of trepidation. At one point towards the end of the brief clip, the figure turns around and looks at the group before continuing down the road and into the darkness. Naturally, the video has sparked a number of bizarre theories, with some claiming it was a ghost and others suggesting it was an alien visitor. The figure looks human enough, however. Its arms are longer than humans, and the whitish figure looks to be wearing a skin-tight outfit, or they're nude. It's a lot to unpack, right? Our advice, stay back and keep filming. You never know when you might come across an alien hitchhiker again, so ride it till the wheels fall off. So they say.
I mean, we seen that clip, but what do you do when you see something like that on the bike, bro? I'm going, look, man, I'm going straight past it. I'm going straight past it. You see them arms on that thing? The arms is about dragging on the ground. But yeah, I don't know what it could be. I mean, if anything, I was to say, I say an alien, but it could be also somebody in the suit.
Number 8. Headless Chicken Monster. In truth, it's a swimming sea cucumber, and scientists recently captured a video of this bizarre hen-mimicking swimmer in the Southern Ocean near eastern Antarctica, where it's never been seen before. This so-called monster is a strange, pinkish-red creature with a body like a plump-breasted decapitated chicken, earning the creature the name Headless Chicken Monster. Now, it might look like a headless hen, but we're guessing that it doesn't taste like chicken. On average, they measure between 2 to 8 inches in length. Adult colors can range from dark reddish brown to crimson, though juveniles are typically a paler shade of pink. But unlike most sea cucumbers, the headless chicken monster has fins, which allow it to swim upward to escape predators. While most types of sea cucumbers spend the majority of their time on the seabed, swimming sea cucumbers like the headless chicken monster land only to feed. The unusual creature had been caught on film only once before, in the Gulf of Mexico. But now, researchers can use new camera technology to detect the swimming sea cucumber at a depth of about 9,800 feet below sea level. It really is a monster of the deep, or at least, it looks like one. Number 7. Raccoons have no fear. A large raccoon can be one of the meanest, nastiest creatures in the woods. Fearless too, and as you can see, raccoons can cause an immense amount of stress to a deer herd. If you use trail cameras to monitor them, you'll most likely see raccoons frequently visiting the sites where the deer like to hang out.
Why?
Just like humans, deer exert energy while under stress and during times of high anxiety. It doesn't help that these raccoons are very aggressive towards them and will even run off mature bucks. Antlers and hooves are apparently no match for these foraging bullies. But this buck is determined to prove them otherwise. You can see through the trail cam footage how frustrating it must be for this buck to have to compete with an army of greedy raccoons. It has an impact on the deer too. When antlers are growing during the summer, excess nutrition that isn't utilized by a buck's body systems is directed toward growing antlers. When a buck uses energy, stressing over raccoons, there's less left over to be used for growing antlers. And we can't have that. But it doesn't seem to matter to these raccoons. They couldn't care less that this buck is sharing a meal with them. The deer, on the other hand, seems completely over it. Number 6. Jersey Devil. In the East Coast folklore of the United States, the Jersey Devil is a legendary creature said to inhabit the Pine Barrens of South Jersey. The common description is that of a kangaroo-like creature with a horse or goat-like head, leathery bat-like wings, horns, small arms with clawed hands.
Do y'all believe this stuff, man? The Jersey Devil. Now it just came back to my memory. I've heard of it. I think I might have seen it in a video like years ago that I reviewed, but do y'all think this stuff is real? Jersey Devil, or is this somebody tripping off of acid or something? I don't know.
Legs with cloven hooves and long forked tail. It's reported to move fast and is often described as emanating a high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. One of the first reported sightings was in 1812 when Joseph Bonaparte, Napoleon's older brother, claimed he saw the Jersey Devil while hunting in the area. The Jersey Devil's fame solidified itself in January of 1909 when nearly 1,000 reports came in from eyewitnesses throughout South Jersey claiming they'd seen it. More sightings occurred and the legend grew. Fueled by random animal attacks, strange footprints, and reports filed by eyewitnesses who supposedly encountered the Jersey Beast, one of the strangest accounts of a Jersey Devil run-in happened in 1927 when a taxi driver in Salem City allegedly encountered it while changing a tire. A winged creature was pounding on the roof of the cab. Guess the Jersey Devil really needed a ride, which is weird since they supposedly fly. Number 5. Zombie Cam. We're thinking that in the event of a zombie apocalypse, it's probably best to get out of the city. However, if this trail cam footage is any indication, it might not be safe there either. Apparently, zombies do not mind walking dead in nature. And no matter what you do, do not go inside that abandoned house in the middle of the forest. There will be zombies there as well. The biggest key to surviving is learning how to scavenge and forage for the things that you need. And if you're in need of a compass, an analog wristwatch will do just as good a job. Simply point the minute hand towards the sun, and halfway between the number 12 and the hour hand will show you where south is. Can a zombie do that? If you're thirsty, a plastic bottle can be used to sterilize drinking water. Simply fill your bottle and leave it out in the sunshine. The sun's UV rays will pass through the water and kill any germs that are in there. And who would you take with you during a zombie apocalypse? Who'd be most useful? Do you know anyone who has the skills to grow their own food? Or someone who's good with their hands, like a carpenter or metal worker? These are the people you need when you're trying to outsmart zombies.
Outsmart zombies? Look, you're gonna die if you're trying to outsmart zombies, because zombies are not smart in the first place. So if you have to try, then as far as I'm saying, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. I'm just saying, but look, check this out though. Military bases and stuff have protocols for zombie-like attacks. Let's keep that right here, people. Let's keep that right here, because you know something that we don't know, And I could deal with those zombies right there. Them the slow zombies. Now, if it's like World War Z or the what is it? I Am Legend? Absolutely not. We're not making it through that. Let's be real, y'all. We ain't making it through that.
Number 4. Wendigo screams. One listen to this scream and you'll want to leave immediately. In fact, in the video capturing the sound of the blood-curdling scream, the person can be heard saying, "I think it's time to go." Could this be the legendary Wendigo? It's said to be a malevolent spirit with human-like characteristics which possess human beings. It's known to invoke feelings of insatiable hunger, the desire to cannibalize other humans, as well as the propensity to commit murder in those that fall under its influence. In indigenous representations, the Wendigo is described as a giant humanoid with a heart of ice. A foul stench or sudden, unseasonable chill might precede its approach. Whatever it is, this all sounds bad to us. At the turn of the 20th century, the indigenous tribes blamed many unsolved disappearances of people on Wendigo attacks. As the tale goes, the Wendigo was once a lost hunter whose intense hunger drove him to cannibalism. After feasting on another human's flesh, he transformed into a crazed man-beast, roaming the forest in search of people to eat. However, the exact details vary depending on who you ask. Some people who've claimed to encounter the beast say it's a relative of Bigfoot, but other reports compare the Wendigo to a werewolf, and its scream will send anyone off running. Number 3. Flying Girl. Paranormal levitation is the rising of the human body into the air by mystical means. Do you think it could be real? Those who believe in this kind of thing think the process is caused by supernatural energy, which lifts the person unwillingly into the sky. This so-called paranormal activity was caught on camera by an unexpected dog walker. While pointing the camera at his dog, Tarzan, we tag along with them as they record something you don't want to see on a relaxing stroll. Even the puppy seems a little nervous and won't respond to the owner's calls. And then we see what looks like a little girl levitating in the snow-covered forest. The man who filmed the footage chases his beloved dog, and he stumbles upon a clearing where this girl, dressed in a red coat, appears to be flying above another person's head. As the man zooms in to capture the action, his dog starts barking. After a closer look, you can see the floating child's breath moving through the freezing air. The passerby is so horrified by the girl's behavior that he even drops his phone. Some people also believe that those who are particularly tapped into the spiritual world have the power to levitate. Others say this could be a hoax. Either way, time to go, Tarzan.
It could be a hoax, but say let's put it like this: if we're walking somewhere and we see that, bro, I'll probably doodle on myself just a little bit, and a little bit pee, just a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? Like to see something like that, because I mean, I always wanted to be able to levitate, bro. I'm not the only weirdo that has sat and tried to meditate and float before, just to see if it was real. You know, I'm an open-minded person. That's it, man.
Number 2.
It didn't work though,
Cannock
obviously.
Chase. This is the stuff of horror movies. These dolls have been attached to trees in a wooded area in a Staffordshire forest in England. It's not known where the dolls came from, but the area does look like the set of a horror film. Would you agree?
Yes.
A Ouija board is also located on the floor nearby as well.
Wow.
Not good. And the person filming was left mystified after finding the creepy collection of baby dolls nailed to trees while exploring the infamous Cannock Chase. And what about this drone footage which reveals a mysterious figure in the brush? Could this be the famous black-eyed girl of Cannock Chase? It's been whispered about for decades around these parts, with claims that the forest is haunted by an entity known as the Black-Eyed Child. Cue the drone footage of what appears to be this exact ghost
crazy.
spotted lingering in the trees. Who doesn't love a spooky ghost story, right? Do you think the dolls and the black-eyed girl are connected? Some people think so. Others claim that these black-eyed people make appearances all over the world. There are reports in the US that they go knocking on people's doors. You can apparently hear them screaming in the distance. Whatever it is, we're thinking it's a good idea not to stick around. Number 1. Stairs to nowhere. Many legendary staircases have a juicy story behind them. The Spanish steps in Rome, the Loretto staircase in Santa Fe, and the steps that lead to nowhere in the Winchester Mansion are just a few. However, these strange staircases have also created a buzz across the internet. Are you superstitious? There are many stories about abandoned staircases in national forests all over the world, like deep in the forest.
I've never heard of these things ever in my life. Who the hell is going around here finding steps in the middle of forests and woods and stuff? I think it's a passage to another realm. I think back then it was endless possibilities. They knew stuff that we didn't know, man, because it's just too much weirdness going on.
In the middle of nowhere, just a staircase with no other structure
Stargate.
attached to it. Have you ever been out for a walk in the woods and stumbled across a random staircase?
Absolutely
Well,
not.
according to many people online, if you spot one of these things while enjoying a stroll through woodland or a forest, you should never climb the stairs, no matter what. They can differ wildly in style, age, condition, and design. Often there's no clue as to why they're there, and their isolation only deepens the mystery.
Right.
There could be many explanations for them, such as remains of forgotten buildings, but there could be more to the story. Some people who have come across unfinished staircases believe that there is something paranormal about them. What have we learned today? When you head out for a walk or a nice drive through the forest, keep those cameras rolling. It might get weird, whatever you capture, but it could be wonderful as well. There's more with that.
I don't know, y'all. I feel like, this shit is weird. I stopped my exploring a long time ago, man, because I seen how dangerous it can be. I was a kid. I used to go in the woods. I used to be exploring, finding snakes and everything, man, until we moved to the South and stuff just got weird, man. You know, we used to go in the woods, and there's this place in the woods called Jason's Hole. Jason's Hole. We were in Hope Mills, North Carolina. Fayetteville. DeVille. You know what I'm saying? and we were in the woods, and it was this guy, I guess he's a teenager, he lived in the woods or whatever, and he so-called died in that hole he used to live in, and we used to go visit it. For some reason, I don't know why kids do stupid stuff like that, but we used to do it. We used to go out there, and it was just weird. It was always a creepy vibe, you know? And I think it was, I feel like it was some weird bad energy over there, some things that happened out there in those woods. And it's the same place when me and my brother was walking down the dirt road, and we seen that lizard stand up on his hind legs and run in the woods. That's something that, you know, a lot of people were like, oh, that's cat, but, you know, that's something that I experienced, and I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy at all. My brother can attest to it. He's seen it. We came straight from New York, and we seen a lizard stand up on his hind legs, look at us, and run in the woods, bro, on his 2 back legs. It's crazy. But look, man, let me know how y'all like this video, and I'll see you on the next video. And like I always say, man, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you on the next video. And I'm out, though. Bye.